Barbara Boxer is with us now, former Democratic U.S. Senator representing the state of California. It's good to have you. Current polling, for those at home keeping score, 2 Republicans on top, Steve Hilton, Chad Bianco, Javier Becerra, Tom Steiner, and Katie Porter round out the top 5. Jungle primary, the top 2, regardless of party, go to the general election. Senator, the top 2 right now are Republicans. Does that have anything to do with, you think, that so many of the Democrats, all the Democrats, are making this race or trying to make it a referendum on Donald Trump?
No, it has nothing to do with that. It's the jungle primary and how many people we have in the race who have followings. And it's very hard when you have so many Democrats and just 2 Republicans. And if you look at that number, there's a tie for second. So you can't say it's true. Okay. But here's the deal. You show Tom Steyer. He is on the most progressive wing of the party. Not all the Democrats agree with him on every issue because we are a very big tent. We don't follow, the leader like the Republicans do. And I think your point is well taken. We can't just be against everything Trump does. We should be against the worst things that he does, such as this war, which he doesn't seem to know how to get out of, and a secret police that kills our people, and the prices going up, up, up. Yeah, but we also need a vision. And I do believe that with this latest situation of Swalwell leaving the race, and for a good reason, and hooray for the women who had the bravery to come forward, I'm not as worried as I was 2 weeks ago about the Republicans ending up 1 and 2. I just don't think that will happen.
But you still think it's a possibility, though?
I think if you look at the people who make bets on this, it's probably about 15%. That's okay. Yeah, I don't like that at all. I mean,
so let me ask you, help me understand this, though. How is the Democratic Party in California even in this position that there's not one clear candidate who has been able to break out of the pack? You had Katie Porter, who is understandably sort of blown herself up because of what's come out about her. Eric Swalwell, who was the Democratic darling, who, as you point out rightly, has had to withdraw and resign from Congress. And Tom Steiner, who's a billionaire, spent $130 million and still only has 13 or 14%. That doesn't speak to a Democratic Party that is in the largest state in America, turning out really exceptional folks, does it?
Well, I just don't see it this way. We always have these contentious primaries. My God, I look back at myself. I ran against the lieutenant governor who was favored and a really nice guy who was a congressman. We fought it out. That's the Democratic Party. So it doesn't upset me that we don't have a given person to inherit the governorship. And I do think Katie Porter hurt herself big time, because she needs anger management and she doesn't have the temperament. Yeah. So I see that what we're going for now.
That's a very gentle way, diplomatic way of putting it. I think it'd be fair to say that the voters saw the real Katie Porter. Maybe the woman that I interviewed had not yet. But there's a point here about how Democrats are treating Trump voters, and fair to say that this is a D+20 state, so it's a little bit different. But nationally, this is something that is sort of omnipresent in the Democratic Party, which is the scorn Democrats show for Trump voters. Here, for example, is Cory Booker, another senator who I know you know, speaking in Michigan, I guess trying to test the waters for his own presidential campaign. Take a listen.
There is a storm in our nation. There is darkness and wind. People are getting hurt. What we need is not from on high. We need foot soldiers of our democracy who in times of trial are willing to stand up. Will you stand for our democracy?
Softly, a lot of energy. I don't know what time of day it was, but I think there's a different question here. If Democrats want to be the big tent that you say they are, don't you need to spend time acknowledging the Trump voters who went from Barack Obama to Donald Trump and talk about how to win them back rather than talking about how awful the person they voted for is?
Yeah, and I don't think in that clip, maybe I missed it, Cory Booker wasn't angry at the people who voted for Trump. He was angry at the policies of Trump.
When you're talking about the storm of our nation, it's pretty dark.
Well, you know what? For some people, it's pretty damn dark, and I'll tell you why. They can't afford to fill up their car. They're losing their health insurance, millions of them. A lot of them are scared they can't get work. So, yeah, it's pretty dark. But I want to get to your very important point. I don't think it's smart to turn away from any voter. I couldn't have won if I didn't win at least 15% of the Republican vote and a majority of the independent voters. And if you look at all of these elections that we have seen in the last several months, Democrats are winning over independent voters. Democratic voters are being very loyal, and even some Republicans are coming home to us. So, I mean, Cory Booker has his style. I have my style. And here in California, what's going to happen is I think people are going to look for a steady hand. I really do.
Okay. Well, Senator Boxer, appreciate you being here. Sanguine and thoughtful analysis. We'll have you back, ma'am. It's good to see you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.